So now let me explain you how the RT works. I'm going to create a simple full width text section. So in the RT, there are different options. You can have your text. Okay, let's copy and paste some text first. Okay. So there are different options. You can have it justified left, centered, justified right, or full justify. So this is exactly, it works exactly the same way as in Word. You can have your text underline, bold, italic, and here you can create bullet lists. I strongly advise you to organize this bullet list to use this bullet list to organize your text. So let's see how it works. So I just click here, and then I have two different options: either a list with numbers or with bullets. So I want to have a list with bullets. So I'm going to click here, and then here again, and here again. Or what I can do also is to just create paragraphs by clicking on Enter, and then select my whole text and click on bullet list. And you see the bullets are automatically added. I'm going to show you how it looks like with the number. So you see it's very easy to do it. I'm going to remove this format here. Maybe you want to add, maybe you don't want to have your text aligned that way. Maybe you want to have like a space between the border of the page and the text. So this is how you can do it. You click here, and then you click on this here, which is where it's written increase indent. And then it will increase the indent for the whole paragraph. And you can actually do that as much as you want. You can also add special characters here. When you click here, there are different options. You can add this divider, which is called divider, to organize better your page, to divide your page into different sections. So this is how it looks like. You can also directly add pictures in the RT by clicking here on Insert Images, but actually we do not advise you to do that because most of the time the pictures look a bit weird, and it's not a really good practice. So I'm going to show you how to do it, however, but I advise you to do it the way that I showed you earlier, by actually adding a picture by going here to the media tab and then add media file, and not directly in the RT. I can edit the picture. If I click again on the, oops, I need to select the picture actually. I don't know if it's selected. No, now it's selected. So I click again on the picture icon and you see now it's written modify image. So I can change the width and the height of the picture again. And here again, you don't need to calculate the height or the width of the picture so that it keeps the proportion of the picture. You can just enter a new width or a new height and state the other and leave, sorry, the other field empty. And here I leave it empty and will automatically calculate the proportion. I can add some padding, I can add some border, I can also choose here the alignment of the picture, left, right, and then I just click on the date. And you see the size of the picture will have all automatically changed. So now let's say that you, by mistake, you copied and pasted text directly into the RT without going through the notepad, and you have created the whole content of your page, and you don't want to have to change everything again and paste everything again in the notepad. There is actually a way to change that, to remove the format that comes from the other sources where you took your text from. So you just select the text that you want to modify, that you want which is not correct with the right format, and you click on this little brush here where it's written remove format. And you click, don't forget to click on selected text only, otherwise it will change the format of the whole text. And you click on HTML format, because maybe you copied text from a website, MS format, and also I advise you to tick this box, typographical punctuation. And then you just click on OK, and this will remove all the format coming from the other sources. These two buttons are to undo the last actions, so this is quite practical actually. In the RT, there is also the possibility to create a table. You can just insert a table by clicking on this little icon here. You can add a title, a summary for your table. And then you choose the number of rows and columns you want to have. Here, you can choose if you want to have header cells on top, on the left, on top and on the left, or no header cells. How the header cells will show? They will be with a background color. So the color will depend on which thematic community your project is related to. So for the program website, the header cell will always appear in blue, because by default it's blue. If, for example, there is a project from the biodiversity protection thematic community, the header cell will be light green, because the light green is the default color of all the website from this thematic community. Okay. And then you can just insert your text by clicking on text directly. And you see here the size of the cell increases. It doesn't mean that in the front it will look like that. I will show you later that actually each column looks the same. Each cell is the same size. The cells do not appear like that. You can also, if you wish, add a picture. I do not advise you to do so, because most of the time it looks weird, but maybe for some reason you want to have this. So you can actually do it. You just click here and then you click on insert an image. You can edit your table as many times as you want. You can here there are all the table properties. So you can actually add rows, columns if you wish. So you click on, for example, I want to add a row. I just click on insert row before or after. I want, okay, I'm going to add more rows. I can delete the row that I just created as well. I can insert a column. And you see all these properties here. So now let's see how it looks like. So you see here the picture that I inserted through the RTE, the bullet list that I created, and here the table. So this is the title, the header of the table, and then all the cells that I created. So like I told you, the cells are automatically of the same size. They are proportionate. It's not because in the back end it looks like the size or not the cells are not the same size, that actually in the front end is like that. I'm going to show you how a page with divider looks like. So we're going to go to the legal notice page. So you see here we inserted some dividers to better organize the page, the content. So now I'm going to show you how to add some links. So there are different options. I'm going to go back to my full width text section. So what I need to do when I add a link, I first need to write the text of my link. So for example, link 1. Then I select my text and I click on this little icon where it's written insert link. You know, there is the globe here, and then I click on this icon. So maybe it's I want to add a link to a page coming from my website. So you see here there is written page, so I can just choose whichever page I want. Sorry. Maybe it's a link to a document that I want people to upload, to download, sorry. So I'm going to my file list, and then I have to go to the right folder and then choose the document that I want people to upload. Folder, actually, I do not advise you to use it. Or maybe it's an external link. So this is very simple. I just copy and paste the external link here. You can also add an email address. So you copy and paste the email address here. So what I'm going to do first is to create a link to a page from my website. I'm going to choose my page here. I click on it. And that's it. So there are different styles for the link. So here you see it's written text style. So I can either choose external link or download link. So for example, if I want people to download a document, I advise you to use this style. Or if it's just to send people back to another page, which is the case, then use this style, external link. And you see there is this little icon that appears. Now I'm going to create a link to a document that I want people to upload. So again, I select my text. I click on Insert Link. And I'm going to my file. And you see why this is very important for you to organize your documents in a proper way, to create folders with logical titles, because then it gets very difficult to retrieve, to find your document. And at the end of your project, and at the end of the programming period, it will be very complicated to find the documents. Okay, let's find a PDF document. There is nothing here. Maybe, yes, here. Okay. I'm going to show you actually how to open. Well, I'm not going to show you it here. I'm going to show you with show it to you with another link. Okay, so now I'm going to select my link and go to text style and select the node link, and you see this little icon will appear. So this is very important to use this link so that people can know which type of link they're going to get, if it's a document to upload or if it's an external link. So for the external link, you can decide to open the link in a new tab. So for that, you go to Target, and then you click, sorry, on New Window. You click on New Window and update. So when the internet user will click on the link, they will be sent back to another window. I'm going to show you how it looks like. Okay, so if I click here, I should be sent back to a new window. Well, it's not a new window, but it's a new tab. We have to clarify that with the web developers, because I should be a new window should be open. But well, it's better with a tab. It's actually better. And if I click here, I'm going to upload the document. Well, it's going to upload to show the document, and then I can just choose to upload it here. So now I'm going to show you how to add buttons. So for example, you can add this kind of buttons almost everywhere, in any pages, in your news and events. This is quite practical, it looks nice, so we strongly advise you to use these buttons when you have some links. So this is very easy to do it. It works pretty much the same way as for the other link. You need to insert your link first. And then I go to block style, not text style, but block style. And you see here is written button. We advise you not to put long text in the button because then it looks quite weird. So we advise you to put like maximum 3 words because sometimes there are even like a sentence with 8 words, so it looks quite weird. So I'm going to show you how it looks like, this button. So here's the button that I just created. And if I click on it, I should be sent back to the page that I've chosen. You see, it doesn't open a new tab. It stays on the same pages because I didn't choose to open it on a new tab. Okay, so there are also different, so now I'm finished with the buttons and with the links. So there are different options also to organize your text and to highlight some content. In block style here, you see there is button, but there is also this type, this style, which is called highlight content. So if I click on it, you see there, this box will be created for the whole paragraph. So what I need to do is actually to separate my text with paragraph. And then I select the text and the style will be applied to the whole paragraph. So let's see how it looks like. So you see this text is highlighted, it's in a gray box. So this is what the highlight content style looks like. Okay, so let's go back to the RT. So I think that I've shown you pretty much everything, all the different styles that you can have. Do you have any question about the different style and how to create columns and background color blocks? So if you have any question, just write them and send them to my colleague in the chat. Okay, so apparently there is no question. Actually, I've just remembered I forgot to show you how the quotation style works. So I'm going to show you that now. You see, I select my text, and then I go to this section here, and I go to quotation. And you see there is this style which is going to appear. So this is very practical when you create project stories and you have a beneficiary that gives you a testimonial, and then you want to highlight this testimonial, so you can just use this style. So you see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so we have a question here from Konstantinos, which is, can you change an existing page to 3 columns from 1 column? So yes, you can do it. without losing your text. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Actually, no. What you cannot do it like directly. What I advise you to do is to create the new section that you want. So, with for example, you created this section with 3 columns, but in the end you only want to have 1. So, what I actually advise you to do is to then create the new section. Okay, sorry, I actually made a mistake. You don't need to do that. So let's delete it. So to delete a section, you just need to click on this little bin here. You can also hide a section if you want. It's actually quite simple. You just, you see here, when I pass my mouse over my column, there is this little cross that appears. So I just move the cross to the section where I want to put it. And when it's green, it means that it's all right, you can move it. And you see here, since there was no by default, like I said earlier, the by default it's always full width, then the section is moved to this full width section. And I can do the same for all the rest of the columns that I created. So this is actually quite useful because if you realize then that your text doesn't looks nice with 3 columns, you can just do that. You can move and your content to any section you want. Actually, you can move it anywhere in your page. I'm going to put it here. And now let's see how it looks like. Okay, you see now the 3 columns disappeared, and I have the picture in full width and my text in full width.